Y'all, it's Danielle for Rosetta Vera, and welcome back. It's so weird saying that. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been posting. So I picked up these pencils in my October haul and just wanted to get around to swatching these for you in case you're interested in picking them up. So these are the Faber, I was Faber Castell 12 metallic color EcoPencils. So these are actually, they said they're nicer on dark paper. And of course, I don't have any dark paper in front of me. Why does this always happen when I do metallics? But we'll swatch them on white paper just to get an idea what they look like. And I'll try to stick in a swatch with some dark paper a little bit later. But these say outstanding effects on dark paper, add highlights by coloring over areas with silver pencil. Break resistant leads will not fall out, and more pigment for smooth, bright colors. So let's pop these open, see what they look like. Let me move this pad out the way for now, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we have the pencils out. I'm taking a glance to see if there are any color names here. I see Eco Metallic Faber Castell. I don't see any color names. Do I see any numbers? There are numbers on the barrel, but they are the same numbers for each of the colors. So I don't think there are any color names or numbers on these. These pencils have panels, so they're not just round pencils. They come pre-sharpened. I think I'm just gonna swatch them as is because they are pre-sharpened, and we'll just take a look at them that way. Of course, I would sharpen them again before I use them, but I think I'm just going to go forward with using them as is for the swatches. So let's start swatching these out. So I try to keep them just in color families since there are no names or anything on them. So let's start with the first one. So they're not super slick, but they are pigmented and they lay down. They're not uncomfortable on the hands to hold. Since I'm doing this on white paper, oops, and there's the first break. Since I'm doing this on white paper, you're not going to see the metallic super strong. So I told you guys about this pencil sharpener really quickly as an aside, and I said don't buy it. I have learned how to use it better, but it is still not one of my favorite things to work with. Do I even want to work with this? No, we'll try it real quick. We'll see where it gets us. But it is not my favorite pencil sharpener to work with. Okay, it's fighting me a little bit to sharpen it. Okay, that fought me a little bit to sharpen. So we'll try my handheld sharpener if another one breaks. So they definitely perform a little bit differently when they're sharpened to a point. I feel a little harder to move. Like, I think this is too much of a point for these. Feel dry. That's the best way to put it. With a point on them. They feel dry. So I probably would not sharpen these super sharp when you're using them. So there are 12 colors in the pack. That is a pretty rose color. That is not the color I was expecting based on the barrel. That is a green color. And since that came out green, I'm going to move to the colors that I think are green. Because that was not the shade I was expecting. It's a nice, this one was a nice sage green. And now we're getting into more of a bluish green. It's green, but there's definitely, it's definitely fighting with some blue. So far, none of the other ones are breaking, so we might not get that opportunity to test them in my handheld sharpener. The colors are very subtle. Well, I should say they're a muted palette. This is not a very strong palette. But I am swatching them on white tish paper. On black paper, they may appear a little different. Again, I would not sharpen these to a very pointed tip because they perform better on a blunt, with a blunt tip. Again, not the color I was thinking of. This is very rosy. And that is not the color I was expecting based on the barrel color. So those are all 12 colors in the 12 metallic colored EcoPencils. I'm gonna have to find a black piece of paper so I can swatch these, because at first glance they're okay. I'm definitely not getting the metallic sheen of them on this kind of paper. So I think it would be unfair of me to judge the metallic part. I think all I can judge right now is just the color family. It's a very muted palette. It reminds me of the metallic markers that I reviewed on here. Same kind of palette, very muted, but looked completely different on the black paper. They really popped. It's the same kind of colors. I'll put a link to that video below so you can see what I'm talking about, because I really did like those markers. I have a feeling these will play out better on the black paper. So what I'm probably going to do is insert a clip of me swatching these on the black paper, because I'll go do that and film it, and then come back. Okay, in all honesty, I forgot about swatching these on black paper. So I'm going to swatch them really quickly and finish out this review. The earlier part of this video I actually recorded a couple of months ago, and life got busy, as it always does, so I never finished swatching these. So, as I mentioned earlier in the video, these are the Faber Castell 12 metallic colored EcoPencils. I might have been saying Echo earlier. And they're supposed to work better on dark paper, but I was swatching it on white, so we're just gonna do it on a darker background just to see if you can get that metallic, because it wasn't really showing up well on the white paper. So I'm not going to voice over all these colors. I'm just going to swatch them for you and then come back and wrap up this video. Okay, so those are all 12 colors of the Faber Castell 12 metallic colored EcoPencils. So these are supposed to have outstanding effects on dark paper. I don't think you can even see that on this paper, and this is like a black cardstock. This is the back cover of my swatching book. Yeah, I'll say they were smooth over the paper, but I think that was the same on the white paper, but I'm not seeing color. If anything, it's more muted than it was on the white paper. I'm not impressed with this. This is not great. Let's go back to the actual page. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Use that colors. So, looking at what they look like on white paper, I definitely had more color. I'm not getting any metallic at all, but there was definitely color. This is a very muted palette. Like I said, I'm not seeing this show up on black paper in any significant way. So my thoughts would be, if you like the palette, you know, the color palette, you know, maybe you might want to buy them. But to be honest, I don't see the point in investing in these. Especially, I bought them because they were supposed to be metallic pencils, and I don't really even see the metallic in them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass these on. Because even if I wanted to, I bought them to use them for metallic effects, and I'm not really getting that at all. Like, that's the silver, and I'm like, does it look silver or does it just look gray? I don't think these are worth investing your money in. I don't think I paid a lot for these. I'll put the price in the video if I haven't already. I don't think they lay down color that great either. So yeah, these would be a no for me. It's very rare that I'll say a no on any product, but these I'm just not that impressed with. And I think the biggest gripe for me is kind of like, I was expecting a metallic pencil, and these are not really metallic. At least not in any visible way. And I was also hoping to use these on darker paper, and it's not really showing up on darker paper. So I would only recommend getting these if the color palette appeals to you. Like, you don't think you can find these kind of dusty colors anywhere. That's about it. So that's it for the Faber Castell metallic colored EcoPencils. Sorry, they didn't come out better on the black paper. As always, thank you for spending time with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.